This is the What I Need podcast, a shared journey exploring topics of society, spirituality, and even ways of being. Here, we speak freely and fully, from the heart and the conscious mind, in hopes to find what we need. Thank you, for your time is valuable and you could have been anywhere else in the universe. All of you are welcomed and appreciated here. To the show. Okay. All right, everybody, welcome back to the What I Need podcast. Yeah, so we were outside. I was outside, and I do voter canvassing right now as my day job in between photography and videography gigs and clients. And it's quite interesting, to say the least, asking people if they would like to get registered or confirm if they are registered and the things that people say. So, and oh my goodness, it's a wide range of things, to voting doesn't do shit, to my vote doesn't count, who's running for president, to people saying they're already registered and very excited about using their voice in this year's election. I sit somewhere in between. I'm going to vote, but I am not watching and consuming every piece of media around this 2024 race like I can't, because as well, I have a couple clients that are working in the political sector, so there's conversations there's conversations at the day job about these things. I just feel, I don't know. I just feel like I have my mind made up based on the way people talk and address the nation, and that should be a bit of a polite, professional situation at all times, given you are representing a status quo or a leadership role for the entire country and forward facing to the world. So we may want to be in alignment with etiquette and things, but I don't know for sure. It's not my forte. Anywho, I wanted to take an opportunity while out on the field to interview a beautiful sister by the name of ShiShi. Very eclectic, very just bright personality, and we got to talking about what I was doing, the voter canvassing, what's going on this year, and what does it mean for our community? What does it mean when somebody says they don't want to vote? And how do we approach that? How do we feel about that? So we were able to have a really nice, quick real conversation about this. And it was our first time meeting, so we're friends now. But absolutely wonderful conversation here, and just enjoyed it a lot. So we'll get over to the interview coming up right now. Check it out. So this interview is pretty spicy, so if you are not obliged to the occasional curse words, you may want to turn this off. All right, bye.
Podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm out here in Garfield Park, and I'm with the lovely ShiShi. We out here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Michigan. It's your host, King Karlton. And we're out here talking about, what's really going on with the state right now, the political state, the climate, people feeling like my vote doesn't matter. What do you think? What do you think about that statement, ShiShi? That here we can come in this. You want to go in the shade?
It has stopped me from voting because I'm not even a registered voter.
Oh, you can let me get you registered right now, then.
I don't know,
because you don't got to vote today.
It's something in me. I just I've always been like, nah, I'm good, but I also have really strong beliefs too.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of them.
Needed.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's a wonderful place to be in, because maybe you can, like, through our conversation, we can see what's going on here. Because, like, I used to feel the same way, and I still kind of do. I mean, in a way, I feel like the system is full of shit. It has been. We mentioned Big Pharma and other... there not being free health care when Canada has free health care and stuff to make sure everybody's taken care of. We have a systemic history of oppression that is not sublime. It's a part of history. It very much so happened. It's not invisible, imaginary, or anything the fuck else. So why are we acting like it is?
Don't be oblivious. You know.
So what should we, in your opinion, what should we do as a community to move forward and really be a part of, like, a considered valuable part of the United States of America?
Man, that's such a deep question. It's so deep, and I like to kind of sit on things like that. But
no judgment. We are free speaking mind kind of podcast.
I'm really for the shits. Like you said when we was talking about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, what they say, getting in the field. Like connecting with your brother and your sister. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to them, like you said, knowing our history, because like we was just saying, a lot of people don't respect what was before us. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to know your enemy, know what you're dealing with. So when you do put yourself out there, you can have more skills, more tactics, how you gonna deal with it and shit like that. So coming together is the first thing, having a plan. That's what our ancestors did. They always had a plan. Even if when plan A didn't work, it was plan B. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was 4 people, it didn't matter. All it took was us coming together, you know? And I feel like that is the first step. Like, stop doubting when your brother or your sister tell you some real shit. You don't always have to believe it when it's coming from them. If we said it, that's what it is. That's how I believe. Listen to us. We are the people. Give some trust. Give some trust to ourselves.
Because who's gonna come and save us but us? Who's really coming to get us and make sure that we're good?
Exactly.
You know, or even meeting in the middle at even. Because a lot of times it has not been that. A lot of times it's been, again, some fake sublime things. Oh, we don't have a loan for you, but we have a loan for you, you, and you that also happen to not be brown or black. And that's happened so many times.
It's showing us that we could do that. We could bring all of our shit together. But we don't want to, like, certain people, because I can't say I don't, but certain people and a lot of the majority of our brothers and sisters, they work for the wrong reasons. I ain't enslaved to a motherfucker. I don't care. Because I swear to God is going to provide, and so is the universe and everything before that. And I know this, but some people don't move like that. They act like they don't know that.
They're just kind of
you think you, I don't think I'm nothing. Because some stuff is in you. It ain't on you. It's the difference. And I just feel like when it comes to us, the first step is coming together. Like planning. Real shit. And be quiet. It ain't everybody's business.
And I think that's really powerful too. If there was like a town hall meetings or community meetings where people are talking regularly and like kind of building a social conscience around, okay, this is how we're going to vote our interests, then maybe people would have, once we get to voting day, because right now it's kind of like, nobody has really talked about it. Talked about it for real. Or there isn't that home base for us where we feel like the black community has talked about it and we know which way. We're still separated in that way.
Where's the trust?
And here's another thing too. We have Fox News, CNN. We have all these networks, but none of those are geared towards us. All we got is technically we got is like kind of like BET, where you're going to turn on something that was produced by, at least produced by, directed by somebody that's probably that's of color. Those news shows and stuff, none of that is real. Very little of that is geared towards us at all. So maybe the information there is also not hitting us.
Especially the people in our communities, like we talking about everyday people, like, you know what I'm saying, celebrities. I wouldn't count them because at a lot of times they know what the fuck going on. They just a face to put an event somewhere or whoop-de-whoop. But we really be affected by this. Like me and you, him and her, like real people, and they making decisions when they don't even live this life.
One decision that was made recently, in the last 10 years, is that previous felons here in Michigan with certain behavior can get their record expunged. I have 2 friends like that, and then
there is also if you have a felon in Michigan, you can still vote. That's not allowed in California.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I'd rather live in California. So
yeah. So stuff like that. And then that vote about the expunging the record after so long, that was something that had to be voted on.
Wow.
So
really?
people, So that's something that affects a lot of people that came through voting, and then when we back out of voting, who's making sure that our people can be, if they do have anything, can be rehabilitated and have a chance instead of going back to anything that would get them back into
the more votes,
loss of freedom.
So it's like when I come here, and even though I was born here and I've been in the neighborhoods, it's like, it's kind of happening in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything is wrong, but it's not our money.
Yeah.
We putting money into their pockets, which is rebuilding their brands, their companies, but not into our own, and that it just makes.
I think it's happening. I know I love your passion about it. I feel like it's slowly happening, but I think now that the ball is rolling with it, you might as well just turn it on and hit it, and just like, figure out what can we do to really be together in a decision. Every other culture that's here in America has their little understanding.
Even the school systems, even with here.
So it's no shade even. It's just like we're just saying we now need to get ours. But you know what? We always end up catching up in the race, and we started off in chains. So we're coming from something that we deserve, and we always get it. We always get it.
Too. Like the schools that most of our black kids go to. You know what I'm saying? Like a better education. Yeah. Even though I went to Northview High School, I did graduate from there, and it's pretty decent over there. So I can't really complain, but it just goes to show because a lot of schools are shutting down in Grand Rapids 2024. That I seen a list last summer about schools that were shutting down alone. We talking about middle schools and elementary schools.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Throw 1,000 kids and then overwork? See, this is what I'm talking about.
Then it's just like, and it seems like a coincidental train wreck.
Yes.
And then is it really coincidental?
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Because if y'all are so smart at planning and scheduling and accounting, how the hell did you not notice that shutting down those schools would cause an influx of work, stress, lack of quality, lack of resources, lack of books?
On the streets, more young boys gonna not want to go to school, overcrowded classes.
Right.
It's just gonna be too much.
Yeah.
So.
And I think we need younger people in the politics and people of color in politics that we see reflected, so then we can kind of pay attention to it more.
But say that shit.
Like, no Candace Owens?
Huh?
You don't like Candace Owens?
Who is Candace Owens?
We ain't talking about no Candace Owens. Nah.
I just nah. She would have probably pissed you off. Like, she's pretty bad.
She's annoying, but some stuff I kind of like.
She's very well spoken, and some stuff.
Agree with.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say everything I don't.
But then she go out the deep end. She'll say something you kind of like. She'll say something you kind of like, and then she'll say something.
That'll make me ask. Is she working with the people? Because now you ain't making sense.
I think she's trolling sometimes. I'm like, maybe she just like to get on and like piss some people off. Oh yeah, we were just recording the podcast. You want to say a shout out?
Shout out to Porsche from Wisconsin. You know, we are here to let y'all know that what's her name? We will be having a black female president.
Okay.
Period.
One day. We need that.
Absolutely.
I want to see how the feminine energy runs. Honestly,
you should be president.
Please
give it to him real.
Like,
oh my God, that would be too hard.
I would be so raw.
I can just see the suits. I can just see the pantsuits. I can see the pantsuits that you coming out in, the music.
But I'm gonna be funny.
Dang, that would be too hard.
But then it's gonna
come out with a suit and a belly shirt.
If I'm president, and I'm gonna be real, it's gonna look like I favor only one kind of people, and for some people that's not equality.
Will it? No, but will it? Would you completely disregard? Do you think it would be in your heart to disregard and make sure if you've seen an area where somebody was struggling, would you turn a blind eye?
Not a blind eye, but it would be put on hold.
So you're already better.
Yeah,
because that's what they do.
I wouldn't turn a blind eye.
We've already felt how that is.
I couldn't overlook you first, my people first, to go help and aid.
The country,
is all I'm saying. They will have to wait.
Some
shit will have to just be put on pause because there's a bigger issue. Not saying I wouldn't do for you or help you out or help your people out.
Yeah.
But if mine can't be helped, if I can't aid my own, baby, I don't have time to aid yours, and that's just how I'm coming.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes for all types of my people. You know what I'm trying to say?
I get you.
And that's just honesty.
I love that.
I would put us first, and second, third, everything else.
Okay, last question on here. Thank you so much for being on an impromptu episode. So in the conversation of Trump versus Kamala Harris or whatever it is you're going to call it, who do you think you would, hypothetically, if you were going to, who do you think you would, or why would you not vote for either? How about that? Or how you feel on that?
I don't really know much about the woman. Okay. So can you give me a little spiel about her?
A lot of people complain about that she kind of seemed oppish and was very pro-police.
She's a black woman?
Pro-police previously. Mm-hmm. But she just has worked a lot with. I think she's just worked a lot with police orders and stuff. So I think maybe if anything, if she could probably help with talking to them and communicating with them. Yeah. But it appeared people thought she's just very pro-police at one point. That was years ago. Now this is under her stuff with Biden. She's been looking like pretty decent under her stuff with Biden. So
okay, well I'm gonna just say this: they both.
She's black and yeah. They're all ops. Okay, they're political political people. They are ops. So they are ops.
I will say this about Trump.
Federal government.
He's an MFer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He is. It's the honesty for me. Okay. It's the honesty that, you ain't really hiding what your plans is. Yeah. You ain't really hiding what you want. You ain't really hiding who you are. It's the sneaky, conniving, deceiving behind our back, bombing countries, but telling us it's for something else that I can't get with. You know, for example. So, I would just say that about Trump. Not saying I wouldn't, but I would never vote for him.
I think, but that's a good point, and I'm glad you're brave enough to bring it up, or just real enough to bring it up. That is what a lot of people like about him. But
I don't even like it.
It's not like you like what all of it. Yeah, because it has been, and that's their fault in that whole side of things for being so sneaky, tiptoeing around.
Yeah, it's the sneaky.
And when you see somebody kind of like, at least what do they say? I'd rather turn and face my opponent than let them see who it is, right? And I think that's how we look at the entire political system. Yeah. So that's probably why people feel like that.
Lied to for so long. Even when I was young, like hearing about 9/11 and all this other crazy, world catastrophes going on.
Even COVID. Like how? And
exactly.
Who? It was where? And somebody made what?
Okay, so my point exactly. The sneaky conniving behind our back trying to kill us. That's because you can't prepare for when a motherfucker sneak from behind.
No.
But you can prepare for when they let you know, I'm going to build a wall.
Yep.
I'm going to do this. Yep. I'm going to stop that.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know how I can plan and prepare my people or my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the honesty that can really win, that would win me over.
Yeah. Just for, even when it comes to choosing the lesser of two evils, it's like even someone, at least I know what to expect, kind of, It's crazy that voting has to be like that, because it really should be that we're excited about a candidate, we align with their politics, we're excited about what they could possibly do, and then that forms that, and I think when Obama ran, I felt like everybody felt good like that, I
was actually terrified.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was.
Why?
I mean...
That he might not be what he said he was going to be?
Yeah, and our people were too excited. You know what I'm saying?
We've been through so much just shuttling around and
doing
whatever they want to us.
People. It wasn't like I was scared, because it was just like they did that, but they always give us something. But just do something else to really tear us down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like hitting us in our pockets. Constantly. Or, health
like that time in the 80s where they dropped a bunch of drugs into the communities and said, we don't know how it got there. Yeah. It feels like, it feels like we don't know what to expect. Yeah. So
that's really scary to me.
Yeah. So there needs to be,
that's just like, come on, man. Who those are military guns. Where do those come from?
How?
Yeah, that's sneaky.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. This has been the What I Need podcast.
Yes.
And this is ShiShi.
Thank you for having me.
King Karlton, we signing out. Okay.
Peace. All right, so that was the end of our interview with ShiShi out there at Garfield Park. She was there for a friend's birthday party, and it was such a beautiful day. It's wonderful to be able to interview people on the spot and just have a kind of raw conversation. There was definitely some parts there that were raw. So, and I don't mind. I feel like I want to allow people to say what they were going to say anyway, so we can know how each other feel. And I agreed with a lot of things that ShiShi shared. she did end up registering to vote as well after our conversation. So we will see if she does go to the polls this year and contribute her vote to the current election that's going on. But just some really good points brought up, and these are just things to consider. They are not things that we're trying to, as always, nothing on this show is to be force-fed some kind of law, or we do try to bring facts and things. However, I just have no need to force anyone into anything. If it works for you, good. Round of applause and 10s across the board. If it's not working for you, then let's take a look at what's not working and start to fix that. That's what I do, but I guess everybody's each their own. Anyway, we thank you so much for tuning in on the What I Need podcast, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your day. We will see you next time. Peace. Thank you once again for tuning in to the What I Need podcast. This is your host, Karlton, letting you know this is a Function Presents exclusive. We encourage you to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Function Presents. Also, we have our website, functionpresents.com. Before I go, I gotta tell you, I hope you find what you need. Whatever that is. Because you need it. Apparently. Okay, bye.